For a 13th year, the Piedmont Triad Area American Red Cross is honoring the outstanding service and selflessness of people in our community.
That's right. The Salute to Heroes Awards ceremony is next week, September 18th. That night, the Red Cross will recognize all of this year's honorees during an event at Second Harvest Food Bank in Winston-Salem. And between now and then, we are sharing stories about all of the winners. Our Kenny Beck, who is hosting this year's awards once again, is in studio to tell us a little bit about our first honoree.
I love these stories, yes. Kenny. Who is it tonight?
It is Ronnie Metcalf. He was 53 years old when he gave his life fighting a fire in Lexington last year. His widow tells me as a husband, he was as close to perfection as you could get. And his colleagues feel the same way about him as a firefighter.
It's an adjustment to have the person you've been with for 32 years just all of a sudden taken from you.
Ronnie was never mad. There was not a mean bone in his body. He was just a stand-up guy.
Anything you need, he was the type of person that would be there, no questions asked.
I miss him every day. I go by the station, I see him, and I just thank God that, you know, he allowed our friendships, our paths to cross.
There was nothing unusual about the call Captain Ronnie Metcalf in the Lexington Fire Department responded to March 26, 2024. It came in a little after midnight. Metcalf, a 19-year veteran, was on duty. His wife Carol was at home listening on a scanner.
And I heard him say fully involved fire, and nothing bothered me because I've heard him say that so many times. And then the next thing I heard him say was, Metcalf's not out. And so I was just in shock. So I'm standing there crying and screaming, and God, get him out. You know, somebody go find him.
Firefighters did get him out, but he suffered burns over 60% of his body and had to be airlifted to the hospital.
I believed that he was going to walk out of there. Death never popped in my mind.
Carol did get to see him and speak with him, but he passed away 3 days later.
That's how God intended him to go, and we just can't question it. He was as close to perfection as you could get. He was my rock. He was my everything.
We had called everyone out of that fire. And when we discovered that Captain Metcalf wasn't among everyone that came out, our firefighters turned around and went back into a building that we had just called them out of because of the conditions.
Chief Michael Tufano says to this day, it's still not clear exactly what went so terribly wrong that night. A year-long independent investigation by NIOSH, the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, determined Metcalf died from injuries sustained in an abandoned single-family structure fire after becoming lost within the structure. The report found he was ordered to exit the home less than 5 minutes after entering it. He was rescued from the home 11 minutes after that.
Because of this incident, we have really analyzed everything that we do as far as emergency response, and there's some changes that are being made in there. I think just making us a better, more efficient department.
Ronnie Buren Metcalf, Lexington Fire Department.
In early May of this year, the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation honored Metcalf during a memorial service in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Carol said it was heartbreaking, but also amazing, and made her extremely proud. His name is one of 70 just added to the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial. Back in Lexington, his former colleagues are working on a cabinet at Station 3 to honor their friend.
I miss seeing his bubbly face when I come in every morning. If I come in and was having a bad morning, Ronnie always would just say, Junior, now smile.
There was a time I called him a question about painting at my house, and he showed up with his brushes and actually painted rooms for me. Yes, he was that kind of friend.
Friends can also tease each other a little bit, and there was plenty of that whenever he would use a new Ronnieism.
He had his own dialect a little bit. He came up with a couple of his own words.
When he'd say something, I'd write them on a board, and I didn't know that another shift was actually writing them in a book.
Oh God. Oh God was one. Residual, he would say residual, and that was a couple that stood out.
There's so many. I don't know about a favorite one, but he sure did have some good sayings.
Good sayings and good memories of a man the Red Cross and so many others are calling a hero.
I love you, I miss you, but I'll see you soon.
He always has been, always will be my hero, forever be my hero. So I'm very, very honored, very honored.
The family has started a charitable foundation in Captain Metcalf's honor. You can learn more about it on our website, WXII12.com.